Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Yeah, dear students, we will discuss in this class another category of intellectual property law, that is geographical indications. You may be heard about geographical indications, and so you can see the Darjeeling tea. That is the first geographical indications which is registered from India, and all other parts of the world also registered geographical indications are there. So, what is these geographical indications? And geographical indications are indications relating to goods, not services. So, indication which identifies such goods or agriculture, it can be agriculture goods, it can be natural goods, it can be manufactured goods, and originating from a particular part of the territory, a particular region of the territory, and that territory which gives that particular product a quality, a reputation, and other characteristics which is essentially attributable to that particular product because of that origin. And such goods, manufactured goods, whether it is a manufactured goods, and such production, processing, preparation of goods takes place in that particular territory or region or locality which gives that particular reputation or quality to the product, then it is known as geographical indication. So, and why we should protect geographical indication, and also most importantly geographical indication is a community right. It not belongs to a particular individual, and it is owned by a group of individuals, group of producers, or group of people, those who are interested in that particular product, they can register it as a GI. And it is, you can always say that geographical indications are a name, and which also it can be a symbol as well. So, it strongly relates to a particular region or the name of a particular place in a particular country. So, this particular product have a close relation with that reputation of the product, that is very important. So, if you want to protect Darjeeling tea, it must be important. For example, the tea board says that they produce every year approximately 10 tons of tea every year from the particular designated plantations of Darjeeling in West Bengal, but all over the world almost double the quantity of Darjeeling tea is sold. Where these another 10,000 tons of tea is coming from? Definitely it is the fake Darjeeling tea coming from other parts of the world. So, in order to protect your Darjeeling tea, you have to register as a geographical indication, so that you can protect in other parts of the world. And you can, now I will show you a series of geographical indications which are registered in India from different parts of different states. It belongs to the different states. Armala Kannadi, this is a specific mirror. Kannadi means mirror made up of metal, and this is also a trade secret which belongs to a particular a group of people, only a small group of people from Kerala. And you can see the Alapi coir, which belongs to again the state of Kerala, the rice products, another rice which is the red in color, Palakkad and Matha, and the pepper, the famous Malabar pepper, and then cardamom, green cardamom or elachi, which which is known as the Alapi cardamom. Then there is a instrument which you can see that manufactured products, Maddalam, and then the brass products, and then again rice, specific qualities of rice, pineapple. There is one famous pineapple which is known as the Walkram pineapple, and which is now all these are registered GIs from the Kerala specifically. Then furnishings, then you can find the the textile products, different qualities of textile products, and then sarees which you can find, then different other products, then again the Ayurvedic rice which is known as Jeeraga rice belongs to one state in Wayanad of Kerala. Then another rice which you can find it Gandhasala rice. Then this Pavitra ring, Payanur Pavitra ring, again there is a dispute on the registration of this particular product, and which will be discuss it later. Because see, as I told you that its GI can be registered only by a group of people, those who either they have the artisans or a group of traders, or those who are interested in that particular product or goods. So, this was a registered GI in 2004, and but the artisans, this is not only made by the artisans which belongs to a that is a Payanur that is in Kannur districts, but other artisans also claimed that they also make this. So, there was a dispute before the Intellectual Property Appellate Board, the IPAB. But finally, you can see that this is because the registered proprietor of this particular dispute, the particular geographical indication, that is the Subhash Jewelry, actually filed case against these Payanur Pavitra ring artisans. So, what this case shows that there will be always a conflict of interest between different group of people who owns what, that is most important thing. And we will come back to the disputes later, and you can find, I will quickly show you all other GIs which is registered in India, and you can find different kind and different qualities of product, whether it is a textile or it is a manufactured product, or it is a Nilambu teak, the teak wood which is it's a naturally existing, and that is also registered as a GI. And also most of the majority of the product registered GIs in India are either it is textiles and handicrafts items. So, simply which you can see that these are the goods, these are goods, non goods because of their reputation which belongs to a particular region. So, it can be agriculture goods, it can be manufactured goods, and it can be naturally existing goods which belongs to a particular region of the country. And most important thing is that the GI is not owned by a single owner, it is always owned by a group of people. So, that is why the geographical indications are known as community rights, and it is not owned by a particular person, a single person. Why should we protect geographical indication or these reputed products? So, you can see the Darjeeling logo or the registered logo of Darjeeling, or a certification mark of Darjeeling tea, or you can see a similar tea is Mongoji tea. So, you can see these are the marks which are registered in other countries. So, tea board has to fight, tea board has to file disputes in other countries and fight against these you can see that deceptively similar products in other jurisdictions and in other countries for protecting the intellectual property which belongs to India, that is the geographical indications of the Darjeeling tea. So, if it is a registered geographical indications, you can very well fight the case in other countries. Otherwise, this kind of you can see the similarity of the logos, only the lady changes and her attire changes. So, this is deceptively similar. So, you can protect the intellectual property law. You can see in this particular picture, there is one is the handloom and other one is the power loom, which we always you cannot distinguish. The consumers have always in their in their mind which one is original and which one is the duplicate. So, who can apply for a geographical indications? As I already told you, an individual cannot register for a geographical indication. It must be a association of persons, association of producers, association of organizations, or authority established by law also can also apply. It means that the other agencies, governmental agencies can also file geographical indications. But the only condition is that the applicant must represent the interest of the producers that is the most important factor, interest of the producers. Then the question comes, how the government represents the interest of the producers. If there is 1 lakh or 2 lakh of producers, it will be always difficult to make all these producers under the same umbrella of an association. So, I would argue that in that case, state is the best person to represent the interest of these huge quantity of producers, and the application must be in writing and in a prescribed format, which is in the geographical indication rules, and the application must be addressed to the Register of Geographical Indications, and the geographical indication registry is in Chennai. There is only one registry in India, which is in Chennai. And who is the producer? And this is always a question which comes before the registry, that who is the producer? The producer is always a person who deals with these categories of goods. And also, as far as agriculture goods are concerned, he can be a producer, he can be a processor, he can be a trader who is dealing with this particular product. And in the case of natural goods, it can be who exploits the particular products, who deals, who trades the particular products, he can register it. In the case of handicrafts, manufacturing and also the dealers also can approach for registration of the particular product. And what are the rights given to geographical indications? The geographical indication rights, as I told you, which gives a community right, a right to use the indication, and also to prevent others, the third parties, from using this particular product or producing this particular product, which is not in conformity with the applicable standards which is prescribed in the GI application, and also the standards prescribed by the producers at the time of registration of the GI. And the jurisdiction, for example, the Darjeeling tea cannot be, it can be cultivated in Nilgiris, it can be cultivated in Munnar, and it can be cultivated in any other high ranges, but it cannot be called it as Darjeeling tea, because the Darjeeling tea belongs to Darjeeling because of the quality and reputation of the product which belongs to Darjeeling. So, it can very well cultivate in any parts of India, but it cannot be called it as Darjeeling tea. And let me show you some more geographical indications which are registered. That is, as I told you, the Darjeeling tea is the first geographical indications registered by the India. The Darjeeling tea is the first registered geographical indications in India along with its logo. Then other products which you can find it, Kangra tea, Kodpad sadi, then Odisha ikat, then Pochambali ikat, Chanderi sadi, Katadoria, then Kanchipuram sadi, very famous in Tamil Nadu, then Bhavani Jabkalam, Salem fabric, and also Solapur chada or towel, and Mysore silk, Kulu shawl, Madurai Singudi, then a series of products which is Mysore agarbatti, then also which you can find it industrial products, manufactured products from again Mysore sandal soap, very famous oil, this Arnmal Kannadi which I already talked about, then natural products, Nagpur orange, Coorg orange, Nanchankote banana, then Bidriware, Channapatna toys, then rosewood, rosewood belongs to the Mysore, rosewood some furnitures, then industrial products, Coimbatore wet grinder, then Kathuri embroidery, then Mysore traditional paintings, then the famous Agrapeta, then the Rajiv Gandhi school also, we are also registered 6 GIs from Odisha, specifically belongs to Odisha, and the first one is Sambalpuri Banda sari and fabrics, then Barampur Patta, Fodakamba sari and Joda, and Bomgai sari, and then also you can find other products which we registered it from Odisha. And you can find the Darjeeling tea here sold by many people. Darjeeling tea is sold by many people, but they never use the logo of Darjeeling, and the logo belongs to the registered by the tea board of India, which is the government of India enterprise, but you can see the product which they never use these logos, and this is also Darjeeling tea which is beautifully which is packed, but Darjeeling logo is not used. Here also you can see this Lipton Darjeeling, but again the Darjeeling logo is not used. And if you look into why, what it shows. So, when you come out with all these kind of protections, which is for the public, which is for the protection of particular products, and which is supposed to benefit the groups, those who register it, and in our act and in our rules there is no specific provision for the mandatory use of logos in the products, which you can definitely see from these particular packagings. There is no provision so far. These provisions has to be included in the rules for mandatory use of logos. And you can find one of the legislation where you can find punishments for the violation of the provisions of the Geographical Indications Act, and section 39 of the act and 40 of the act, which provides different penalties for violation of the act, and even repeated offences there is an enhanced penalty. So, this is one of the intellectual property legislations with punishment is prescribed, and it clearly and specifically says that there can be a jail time for the violation of the specific provisions of the, and most importantly the Part B registration. And there are two parts of registration, the Part A registration and Part B registration. Part A registration of the geographical indications means that Part A of the proprietor and Part B is for the beneficiaries. Part A registration, which we already said that a group of people can register, a small group of people can register in Part A as proprietor, and Part B any indefinite number of people can be registered in Part B registration as beneficiaries. For example, if a Sambalpuri Banda Sari is manufactured by is registered by the Department of Textiles, Government of Orissa, but in Part B registration all the weavers, even it is in thousands or in lakhs, that people can be registered under the Part B registration as beneficiaries. So, all these beneficiaries can produce this particular product, and they will be the beneficiaries under Part B registration. So, there is a Part A registration and Part B registration. If you look into the Part B registrations, Part B registration of, as I told you, beneficiaries or authorized users, only the authorized users are supposed to manufacture the product, the registered geographical indication products. Otherwise, no other people are supposed to make the products. But the authorized users registration, if you take the case study of India, there was only few thousand authorized users are registered for around 336 products, which is registered so far in India. That means, the around more than 300 products are registered as Part A registration. In the Part B, there must be lakhs of registrations must be supposed to happen, but it is not happened. Few products, few Part B registrants are registered as authorized users so far. So, the authorized users number must increase, then only they are going to get some kind of benefits out of these Part B registrations. As I told you, it's a Part B registration is very simple, a very simple applications to be filled along with a fees, so that anybody can become, with the consent of the proprietor, he can become an authorized user. So, for example, the Part B registrations, now slowly starting Part B registrations, because lack of awareness among the weavers or among the producers is a hindrance to the Part B registration. Slowly it is starting the Part B registration of authorized users. So, as I told you, the geographical indications is one of the very important category of intellectual property as far as rural India is concerned. There are thousands of products which you can identify all over India as a potential registration of geographic indications, but the number of registration in India is not so encouraging, mainly because of the complexities involved in the Part A registration or filling the applications. So, it must be very simple applications to be introduced to increase the number of registrations, or the online platforms can be used for hassle free registration of geographical indications. So, as I told you earlier also, I have mentioned that this is the only one so called community right which belongs to a group of people, and all other intellectual property rights are as private rights, exclusively private rights, and this is a community right. So, we have to protect Darjeeling tea, we have to protect our all other products, and it can also be used as a tool of good marketing all over the world. So, we have to protect the geographic indications from fake products. Thank you.